Blog number 54, Zipper Wars and the Great Power Cord Rebellion. There have always been skirmishes, conflicts, and battles in my life, but this is war. There is nothing as frustrating to me as the stubbornly entrenched zipper. On the surface, it may look to be an easy ordeal to go from an open zipper to a closed zipper, but therein lies the problem. For a person who doesn't have steady hands, just successfully getting the two sides lined up together can be a major undertaking. After trying to get that little tine into the little receptacle 5 or 6 times, I look around for the hidden camera. I just hope that I don't turn on the television one day and see some poor, sad little man comically struggling with his zipper, only to realize moments later and after laughing hysterically that the man on TV is in actuality me. Sometimes I wonder if the zipper was an invention that came from the mind of the person who invented and gave us the gag birthday candle. The ones that never go out no matter how many times you blow them. Just when you think you have them out, they come back to life. As soon as I think I have the zipper beaten into submission and on its knees, it comes back to life and shows me that it still has some fight in it and a few tricks up its sleeve to make my life even more difficult. This is usually shown by the two halves separating as fast as I can join them together because they were not lined up correctly to begin with, or the zipper will grab a piece of wavered fabric and shove it into the path of the closing teeth, much like the villain who ties the heroine to the train tracks. And this will always result in the halt of any continuation of forward progress. I can almost hear the evil little zipper chuckling to itself, all the while twisting its little black curly mustache as I tug and pull to free the fabric so the forward momentum can continue. Even after the zipper has been conquered and successfully taken all the way to the end, it still won't admit defeat and give up the fight, because zipping it up is only a partial victory. For example, I have a leather jacket, and all the zippers on it seem to think it's funny to twist the little pull handles so that they're hanging in a direction that makes unzipping any of the pockets impossible. If I need to retrieve anything from these particular pockets, I need to first exert myself and lose a pound of sweat before being allowed to gain entrance, because they bound themselves into an impossible angle. It might be easier if I could just give a verbal command like "Open Sesame." Now, before you suggest anything, let me just say that I know there are easier ways to go about this. As much as possible, I'd try to buy things with snaps, buttons, and or Velcro. But all of these things, despite their levels of convenience, seem to always come with their own unique attitudes and special problems. Cords are another thing that I have an issue with. If they are not jumping up off the floor and trying to trip me as I walk by or step over them, they are forever wrapping themselves around my ankles. I really don't understand their problem either, because I treat them nicely. I never harshly yank them out of the wall sockets or use them for a quick pickup game of jump rope. I always keep them nice and straight and never twisted or allow them to become all kinked. And I always wrap them up properly and store them with equipment when I'm done. But for some reason, they have decided that this is not good enough, and over the last several years, they have seriously begun to misbehave. I feel like I need to be a snake charmer just to vacuum my carpet. I'm not sure, but I think the problem may be that they overheard me talking one time about how nice it would be to have battery-powered equipment. I think that they think their time's limited, and maybe it is. But what do I know? It's just a theory. Yes, I know I could make my life a lot easier by just simply avoiding zippers and power cords. But where's the adventure in that, and where's the challenge or fun? Sure, my poor coordination has made lots of things more challenging and hard to do, but to simply give up on everything because it has become difficult would mean to admit defeat, and that I will never do. It just means that as my condition progresses, I need to continually rethink the obstacles that lay before me and draw up some new battle plans.